You see, this is a Nintendo Switch 2 game keycard. And this is a Steam game. You know what's the difference? Absolutely nothing. So I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while now. And with Sony kind of like revealing and talking about that they are already focused on the PlayStation 6, I think now is a good time to talk about this. Now, first I do want to say that it's absolutely no problem that they're already planning about it. It's no problem that they're kind of like hinting towards it. It's normal. This is normal business practices for console makers. They always start thinking about the next generation within like a year or two after the system comes out. So this is completely normal for a console market. Now, there's one thing that I've speculated that's going to happen very, very soon. I think we all kind of knew this was coming. They slowly, over the past 20 years, have been kind of getting us more comfortable with buying digital. And I think there's a possibility within the next generation that that fear that a lot of people have is going to come to fruition. Now, let me take you back to the Xbox 360. At the time, we weren't really used to for having game consoles having hard drives. And the 360 was the first console that I had that had a hard drive in it. They had two models, the core model and the one that had a hard drive. It had a 20 gigabyte hard drive. And remember, the 360 also introduced Xbox Live Marketplace and the Xbox Live Arcade. And I didn't really buy too much games at the time on the Xbox Live Marketplace, but I did buy a couple games at the Xbox Live Arcade. Now, the Xbox Live Arcade was a bit of a smaller game. It was more for indie developers, and there were some pretty good things on there. The first game I ever bought was a game called Geometry Wars, and that was just so much fun. I had a blast playing that game. And I don't remember if I mentioned this, but it came with a 20 gigabyte hard drive, which at the time was a lot of memory. And then the PS3 came out, and that came with a 20 gigabyte hard drive and a 60 gigabyte hard drive, and it introduced the PlayStation Store. And that same thing, you could buy various indie games, you could buy PlayStation 3 games. Although even then, for the most part, I tend to stay mostly physical. I bought my 360 games, I bought my PS3 games, and when I got the Wii, I bought the Wii games. But then I bought the PlayStation Portable Go. Sony announced an all-digital machine. Well, technically they had the PSP, which had the UMD discs, and then they had announced the PSP Go, which was all digital. You cannot play your UMD discs on the PSP Go. And initially I thought that was really cool. I didn't need any UMD discs. I didn't need to take all my stuff. And then I just realized once I bought that, and once I started buying all my PS Store games, that, oh my God, I cannot play the UMD discs on my PSP Go, even though I had the original PSP. I don't know why I bought a PSP Go. I ended up regretting it, and the PSP Go ended up failing. And I think that was Sony's attempt to think, okay, are we ready for an all-digital space? Because these companies want it. They've been wanting it for years. But then PSP Go failed, and the companies realized, okay, the consumers are not ready to have an all-digital gaming space yet. Yet, that's the key word. Then the next generation came out, the PS4 came out, the Xbox One came out, and the Wii U came out. And that's when even Nintendo and all of them were starting to shift towards maybe getting towards embracing this digital space. And I think that is the generation where people started embracing it a little bit. I remember when the PS4 came out, people were kind of thinking, okay, it's only a matter of time before we go all digital. I never liked it. That was the first time where I kind of started embracing it just a little bit. I started doing a little bit of both. Buying physical and buying digital. And digital, oftentimes, you could get cheaper. I mean, you just got to wait a little while. And then the PlayStation Store and all the other digital stores started getting cheaper. And then PC gaming also started getting very, very popular. And of course, as we all know, PC gaming today is all digital. Steam is extremely popular, and especially this generation, Steam has gotten more and more and more popular. And then this generation kind of started coming up with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, S, and X. The Series S is all digital. The Series X you could insert your disk drive. You can insert a disk into a disk drive. The PS5 launched with two different models, the all-digital one and the disc version. I initially was going to buy the all digital one, but then the only thing that my store had was the disc version. So I was thinking, okay, whatever. I'll get the disc version. I ended up really liking my purchase and getting the disc version. And then the PS5 Pro came out, and that has no disk drive. You can buy a disk drive on the side, which is a great thing, but $700 plus another disk drive, that's almost $800 with tax. That's not cheap. The system is already expensive. So these companies are clearly slowly wanting to get us to digital. And it's showing with the sales that people, the vast majority, are starting to really embrace digital sales. And of course, then the Nintendo Switch 2 came out. And even though they have physical, they have these game key cards, which it's a physical game without actually being physical. Only a game key card is on here. And with the PS5, there's more and more games having game key discs essentially on the PS5 and the Xbox. In fact, Xbox just announced that Outer Worlds 2 is not going to have even the disc in the physical version. It's going to only have a game code. I don't know what's going to happen with the PS5 version, but it won't surprise me if that's at best just a game key disc. Indiana Jones is like that. Doom is like that. Hogwarts Legacy is like that. Jedi Survivor is like that. So it's clearly that these companies want us to get to more digital and starting to slowly get us into that digital space. And with the PC handheld market, that's all digital. The PC gaming market, that's all digital. There's nothing we can do about that. So because of how popular Steam is getting and how digital sales are going, it makes me wonder if next generation we're going to go all digital. There's not even going to be an option for us. And I can't help but wonder what the reaction is going to be when that's first announced. There's a lot of people who love having a physical disc or love having something physical in their hands. And they love having that entire game in the cartridge or in the discs. And they don't want to feel like that they're tied to PlayStation or Microsoft or Nintendo or Steam. They don't like feeling tied and handcuffed to that. So whoever is going to be the first to announce is going to be that first to bite the bullet. Kind of like how Nintendo was the first to bite the bullet with these game keys at the $80. It's either going to be Sony or Microsoft. Nintendo already has their cartridges and game key cards. I mean, if that's where they're leading towards, and to me it sounds like they're leading towards, and personally, this is just a personal standpoint, I can deal with an all-digital landscape. The one thing I can't deal with is cloud streaming. I really hope that cloud streaming gaming is not the future. That is one thing, and people said it has improved, and it's true this, it has improved, but I still have not felt like, it still feels a little laggy to me. And I have a pretty good internet connection. So I really don't, that's the one fear in my mind, because I tried GeForce Now, I tried Xbox Game Pass, I tried PS Plus on wired connections, and they still don't feel good to me. I want the game to be playing natively on the hardware. I will not embrace game streaming. I will eventually embrace digital. My Switch 2 is going to be mostly digital because I like having, just bringing my Switch system, then having to bring my Switch system and a bunch of games when I travel. So I'm already embraced digital for my Switch. I can find a way to embrace digital. I already embrace digital on my PC. I will find a way to embrace digital on my other consoles. Although it will suck that I can't rent games. But anyway. But honestly, I think it's coming. I think next generation could be the time where they say, PlayStation 6, $800, all digital. They may not say all digital, but they're just going to show it and you're going to say, where's the disc drive? Or something like that. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Will you embrace it? I think some people could say, I'm done with gaming. But I don't think it'll be enough for Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo to care, to be honest with you. What are your thoughts on this? Leave your comments in the comment section below. We only can just wait and see from now on. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting time. Things are changing. for better or for worse. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and the subscribe to see more videos just like this one, and I will talk to you later. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and I'll talk to you next time. Okay? Bye, everybody.